All right, and of course, Prime Minister Modi hit the ground running as soon as he landed in Houston. And one of the first meetings was with a roundtable meeting that he had with the US CEOs from the energy sector. The roundtable talks were held with the bosses of the world's biggest conglomerates. And this included the likes of Baker Hughes, British Petroleum, ExxonMobil, Schlumberger, Westlake Chemicals and many more. And after the meeting, India's Petronet has also signed a memorandum of understanding with the US company Tellurian. And according to the memorandum of understanding, it's being said that Petronet will invest $2.5 billion in Tellurian's Driftwood export terminal. In return, Petronet will import close to about 5 million tons of liquefied natural gas annually for the next 40 years. And the two companies also aim to finalize the transaction agreements by the 31st of March 2020. Now, many of the corporate bigwigs were also impressed by Modi's track record over the last 5 years, and here's how they've reacted after the roundtable with the Indian Prime Minister.
I asked all of the CEOs to really chime in with how they are participating in India, and he really wanted very finite, specific recommendations to enhance India, enhance India's competitiveness, enhance the capability to have the energy sector support the economy for the long term. So
it's very important that the Prime Minister came here, and it's a huge statement about the partnership between India and the United States in terms of energy. And Americans like to say that Houston is the energy capital of the world, and that he's come here means that we can really build this partnership.
And Narendra Modi also took to Twitter after his roundtable, calling the discussions as extremely productive. Remember, these high-profile meetings come at a time when trade tensions between India and the United States have been rising, with Trump complaining that tariffs imposed by New Delhi on American products were simply no longer acceptable. Let's also remind our viewers that on the 25th of September, the Prime Minister will be meeting with the executives from 45 of the world's top corporate entities. The roundtable talks are scheduled in New York with firms such as Bank of America, JP Morgan, Lockheed Martin, Google, Microsoft and many more. Now, another focus of the Prime Minister's visit will of course be to provide fresh impetus to India's relationship with the United States. Before his departure, the Prime Minister had highlighted education, research and technology as sectors where the two countries can cooperate. The Modi had said that together India and the United States can make for a stable and a prosperous world. Now, the Indian diaspora in the United States is also extremely excited to meet with the Prime Minister. They've been queuing up to share their aspirations and to thank the Prime Minister for visiting the city of Houston. The Prime Minister first met with a delegation of Sikh leaders who have given him an emphatic welcome. The leaders submitted a memorandum to the Prime Minister to declare Sikhism as a separate religion. They also have thanked the Prime Minister for his efforts to spread the message of Guru Nanak on the occasion of his 550th birth anniversary.
एक memorandum था वो दिया है, and we thank Modi ji for what he has done for Sikh community. उन्होंने एक गुरु नानक जी का मैसेज तो है सारे वर्ल्ड में जो कह रहे हैं इंस्टेड ऑफ इंडिया सारे वर्ल्ड में जाना चाहिए. अब ये 550th एनिवर्सरी जो मना रहे हैं, और हमने उनका थैंक्स किया है जो अपना कॉरिडोर करतारपुर कॉरिडोर का उन्होंने ये कर रहे हैं, और सारे इंडिया में और सारे वर्ल्ड में जो 550th एनिवर्सरी मनाई जा रही है.
And India's Prime Minister also appreciated the passion of the American Sikh community towards India's development. And besides the Sikh community, the Kashmiri pundits also called upon the Prime Minister. The community expressed support for the Prime Minister's efforts to take India forward and said that every Indian was feeling empowered because of the fact that he is in charge right now. Now take a look at this extremely heartwarming interaction that the Prime Minister had with the Kashmiri pundits.
हम लोग एक एक्सटिंक्शन के कगार पे खड़े हैं. ये दूसरा दुनिया बदल रही है. एक बार इतिहास में गुरु तेग बहादुर जी से मिले. बहुत बहुत थैंक यू एक बार आपके थैंक यू सर थैंक यू
हमारी कम्युनिटी मैसेजेस हैं.
And after the interaction, India's Prime Minister, of course, took to Twitter where he said that the Kashmiri Pandit community had expressed unequivocal support for the steps that he had taken in Jammu and Kashmir. And not to be left behind, the Dawoodi Bohra Muslim community was also there to felicitate the Indian Prime Minister. They appreciated Prime Minister Modi's presence at a community event at a mosque in Indore last year, and also his continued association with Sayyidina Sahib. The Prime Minister Modi said that the Bohra community had distinguished itself across the world through their actions. Now, Indians in the United States are extremely excited for the Howdy Modi event. They've said that events like these actually show and exhibit to the world India's rise in the global scale, on the global stage. Some women embroidered their traditional wear with slogans such as "I love India" and "America." So this is just one of those examples of the kind of clothes that some of the Indian American community wore to be present at the Howdy Modi event.
लेकिन सर इसको तो अलग ही लेवल पर ले गए. ये अलग ही क्या हुआ है जुगल जी